previous video, we spoke about the prerequisite for setting up your app chain, and now you are going to SSH into the terminal. So I've now opened my terminal and we are going to get started with installing the dependency. So the first thing to do is to update by going to type sudo apt update. I'm going to share the link to the article with you so that you follow along. So you're going to update our dependencies using sudo apt update. So when this thing shows up, you just press enter and you are good to go. We're going to install Git now. You press Y as yes. So the next step is to also install Curl using this command. As I said, I've posted a link in the bio so you can follow along. Now we are going to install Rust using this command. Okay, so you're going to choose one to proceed with the installation by default. Now it asks you to configure your current shell. You're going to run this source and you're going to choose the destination path. So your current shell is now configured. So the next step is to install the necessary dependencies. So first we are going to update our dependencies using sudo apt update. So I'm going to paste it over here directly. So now that you are done updating the dependencies, you are going to upgrade as well using the sudo apt upgrade. Now we are going to also use the sudo apt install to build the essential. We are going to type choose yes. We are going to now install the package config using this command as well, and we are going to install the lib ssl dev. It's also part of the dependencies. I'm going to paste it here right away. The next thing you're going to install is Clang. So it's going to take additional 705 megabytes. So just choose yes by typing Y to install it. Okay, now you're going to install the protobuf compiler. So it's also in the article as well. You can just follow, choose yes by typing Y. Now the next important step is to install the Madara command line interface. That's what we're going to use to build the app chain. So you're going to clone the Git. Then once you've cloned, you are going to cd into the Madara CLI file. So just type cd Madara CLI. Then you are going to build a release. This process is going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to skip whilst I'm doing it just because of time. This is installing. I'm going to take you through the Discord channel and how to join the Discord channel. So once you are new here, you need to do some verification. Here I've already verified, and you need to add a role in Appchain builders. When you click on I agree, you are going to get a role of Appchain builders. I already have the role, so it has been removed from it. So I just click I agree again, and I get the Appchain builders role. Here you can talk in the clan chat, clash chat. You can ask any questions you want to ask. You have developer discussions as well. We have faucet address change in case you need to change your address. Then we have the Goldberg faucet. That's where you deposit into your Avail wallet address. So I'm going to skip this step while we going to generate our wallet address in the terminal. So we are waiting for the installation to finish. Then we cd into the Avail, the Madara Cli. We are going to generate our we are going to create our app chain. So before we create an app chain, we need to use a screen command. We need to install a screen. An alternative of that is tmus. So I'm going to use the tmus command. So sudo apt install tmus command. And Y is for yes. You're going to install everything by default. So I'm going to enter the tmus screen by clicking on tmus. It's just like a screen. So you can see that my screen has appeared over here, and I'm now going to initialize the app chain by typing target .target /release /Madara in it. So it's going to ask me my app chain name, and I'm going to enter any name I want for my app chain. I can enter Cadabra for my app chain. So it tells me that select the mode for your app chain. I'm going to select sovereign, and I'm going to select the DA layer for my app chain to be Avail, since I'm building on Avail. So you can see that the secret phrase has been stored in this file, and your address is over here, your Avail address. So what we are going to do is that we are going to head to the Discord channel, and we are going to request a faucet. So you can import your seed phrase from this file by viming into this file to get your seed phrase. I'm going to do that in the video just right here so that you can see how it is done. You can use Nano or you can use Vim to enter into this. So you can see the seed phrases over here, and you can exit by pressing Ctrl+X to exit. So I'm going to copy my address. This is the address I want to use to deploy the app chain. So I'm going to head to the Discord channel. I have the address already added over here, so I can just copy it right from my wallet. An alternative is to get a seed phrase using the command I showed you. Then you import it into this wallet just to know that this is your wallet. So I'm going to click on copy address. I copy my Avail address. Then I go here and I click the command. I type the command deposit roll up. Then you input your address over here to initiate the deposit. So you can see that it is sending me the deposit. It's going to take some time, but you are going to see it reflect in your wallet. Okay, so it's going to reflect in your wallet balance in some few minutes. You can see my wallet balance is now 7.27 Avail. So I've actually received it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy my address here, since the address here I'm using is different from the address that is already here. I'm going to copy it, and we are going to make a transfer, right? So we are going to make a Avail transfer, but it's likely to fail over here. So you're going to send to this address, and I'm going to send an amount 6 Avail. I click on transfer. It's going to fail. So Avail has a web wallet that you can use to make the sender, and that's what we're going to use. I'm going to put that link in the bio as well. So goldberg.avail.to/account. Once it's finished loading, we are going to connect our wallet to this. It's going to automatically pick it up in the browser. So it's taking a bit of time to load. It's going to do some synchronization. Yes, and that's loaded. That's my wallet address. You can see the exact amount over here. I'm going to click send, and I'm going to type in the wallet address I just copied. I'm going to choose it over here. I'm going to type the amount. I want to send 6 Avail, and I click on make a transfer, and I'm going to sign and submit. So my wallet is going to pop up, and I'm going to sign it. So I click approve, and you can see that it is making the transfer. Once the transfer is successful, it's going to show, it's broadcasting the transaction right now. So you can see once the transaction has been broadcast, is going to be deducted from my balance. Then you are going to move to the next step. So it has been sent. So I've received it on my address. So the next step is to now run the app chain. Now that I've initialized it. So I'm going back to the terminal and I'm going to use this command to run the app chain. Again, this command is in the bio. This link is in the bio where you can access the command in the terminal. So don't worry about it. So it asks me which app chain to select. I have only one app chain right now. So that's the OS Calibra. So this one is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to skip over here because it's going to take so much time. It's going to initialize it and run the app chain. Sorry. It can take about 15 minutes. So you can see app chain is done building and it's going to ask us, have you founded your wallet address? If you're founded, just press yes. And it's now going to start running the app chain. So we can't always keep the app chain running for a very long time. So I mean, we can't always open the terminal while the app chain is running. So what we can do is that we can detach the screen. We use TMUX to enter the screen whilst it's running in the background. So I said how to detach screen. You press Ctrl plus B, then you press D to detach the screen. So you can see we've detached from session 0. Now we can check if our faucet is running on localhost by inputting this command. So just to be sure that it is running on the localhost. So first, it's better to allow all ports to be open. So you can use this command. I'll paste it in the article as well, so that you can follow along. So we install the UFW and we UFW enable all the ports. So we've added the rule. We've enabled all these ports that you need to be running. So you can check the ports if it's where it's running on, where the Appchain is running on by typing this. So you can see that we do not have Docker installed. So fail to fetch container, no such directory. So it's telling us that Docker is not installed. So what we are going to do right now is to install Docker. And how we can install Docker is by going to the Docker URL to see how to install Docker. So I'm just going to open my browser right now, and I'm going to the Docker URL to see the instructions on how to install Docker for Linux. So we can see Docker, install Docker for Ubuntu. Okay, so I'll paste this link in the bio as well. So the steps are just simple. You can see we are using Ubuntu 22, the LTS. So we are going to run this command first to remove all conflicting package. So I'm going to run it right here. And next command you're going to run is the installation command. You're going to install everything. You can just copy right away and paste it directly in the terminal. No need to worry yourself. It's going to do everything for you. Okay, now the next step is to, what does it say? We are going to install the latest version. So you just choose yes to continue installing. Okay, so the final step I think is to test if Ubuntu is working by typing sudo docker run hello world to check if Ubuntu is really working on the system. So once you receive this message, hello from Docker, this message shows that installation appears to be working correctly. It means you've successfully installed Ubuntu. So kudos to you. Now we can run the previous command we did to check if the how do you call it, to check the Explorer. Basically we are going to check the Explorer our Appchain is running on. So it still tells us that you don't have permission denied. So what you can do is to do sudo su to log in as a super user, and you can retype that command again. So you're going to type this command again, and I think it should work now. So it's now running Docker, and it's going to give you the port it's running on, so that you can check with your VM to see if it's actually running. So you're going to do that right away. So this is going to take some time. So you can see it's running on localhost 4000, and you can replace this localhost with your IP address. So how to find your IP address is by going to Google Cloud and by copying this. This is your external IP. I suggest that you make it static. Okay, since it can change. This is changeable. Once you restart your VM, it changes. So once you make it static, it's the best way to go. So I just paste it over here, and you can see I'm going to check if my terminal is running. It should show me my, how do you call it, my Appchain Explorer, basically that. URL to see, and you should see this, which means that your app chain is now live.